Party people. Hope everybody's doing great. First, I want to start off with saying that this is probably going to be a pretty lengthy video with lots of information. And I want to start off by saying that the last few weeks have definitely changed me. All of you who have walked through life have those small time periods that push you onto a new timeline. And tomorrow I'll speak with my mother's doctor, with my brothers, and we'll find out more. So prayers, and we'll go from there. But it's been, visiting family after all these years has been pretty eye-opening and big and hard on the heart. Let me put it that way. So as I posted, I'll be traveling this week. I'll be back in my office Friday, ready to go on the train. I'm gonna give you as much info as I can in this video to guide you throughout the week, and I'll be on. I have a few stops on the way back to Hawaii, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there's a big change in trend coming soon. Okay? And as we know, this week totally sucked price action wise, and it's always hard after a huge rally, to adjust, but I feel we adjusted pretty quick. And this week, and I'll show you on the charts and everything else, it's going to be key to wait. And I think there's going to be a few, maybe one, maybe two fake moves before the real move. So let's get into it. Here we got last week. Now, yeah, sure, I said that the top was gonna be on Thursday, and I guess it was last week or early Friday or whatever. I think, let's see, where's the top candle? Yeah, right at open on Friday last week. And then, we had a fake reversal. Didn't last. And then that, hourly setup on Thursday that we then gapped down and we had the head and shoulders. So what is this? Well, this is classical. I mean, I'm sure most of you remember after chopping all of May and, making fun of the diamond top crowd, the day we finally broke free from 412 on SPY, and especially on the retest, we caught that whole move. So, I mean, June and end of May was just insane. So now, just looking at this chart, right, the daily chart, I think we might have a false move where we move back up and touch the 9. But I do think we get over here to around the 21 MA, and that's on SPX. Now, if you look on the hourly, and this is kind of where I want to draw your attention, okay? And it's not the chart, okay? This is, you got to look elsewhere sometimes. It's the MACD, okay? And I'll show you why. Here, very simple, just got to wait, bounce. Same here, bounce. Same here, huge rally, right? So now we've got also, on the MACD, we got a double top here, which is not reflective in the price, obviously. But I would urge you to pull up the 1 hour chart and, start setting alerts here. Because I think, we might get a spike up, but we're going to come down to here. Okay? This is not, again, price related. It's MACD related. And that's your reversal. And why do I think it's coming soon? Well, again, if we pull this up, and obviously this was the bear market, and this is the new market, and we rejected again, pretty hilarious. You guys all remember the October trend line that we've had since October, right? You guys that have been with me since we started this know all about the October trend line that rejected back then. Well, again, that's exactly where we rejected. Now, do I think that from here we, chop all the way down to, 4,090? No, I don't. Why? Well, here's my argument. This guy that we caught not only the kind of end, we caught that first pop out of 412, and then we caught the retest, and everyone banked here, and then that's, okay. So this is not set in stone, but this particular futures chart give direction. So obviously we're here now, okay, and we've kind of pulled back, and I do think this is a great week in my opinion to spend time with your kids and barbecue and put new stain on the deck, whatever it is that you do in late June, because seasonality wise we do get a pop soon, and obviously this chart has some pullback here and there, but other data, this one for instance, we're here, got our top there and pull back, and then we go even higher. So some data that I'm looking at suggest that, I've spoken a lot about the cup and handle, and now we pull back, and then we will eventually get the handle, and we will, in my opinion, hit this target here, which is 4,636, okay, which could be the actual cup, not since we blew right past this, but this is an important level, okay. Why? Because I think this is very close to our retest level, and if we can chop a day or two more and then have a breakdown, the 21 MA on the daily will have come up enough to where this target here, which again is 4,310 give or take, is going to be the pullback. We can always have a fake breakdown to like 4,225, which I will absolutely be buying. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be combining the daily chart, as should you. You should have the daily chart with your alerts set and follow this 21 level here. As you see right here where the level is, right, it's still above the 21, so we need to pull that 21 a little bit, and then we need to come down, and that's going to give the bounce, in my opinion. So you can combine that with the hourly and watch for when the MACD is down here, okay. But I suspect there's going to be a few fake moves. Why? Well, again, everything is not in symbiosis right now. So for instance, QQQ, you have this level here that has been bought quite a few times, around 360, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times. We're above that. And you also had this descending wedge, which is one of my, after a run when nothing's really changed, once you hit this line again, and it's also obviously on SPY, we can draw it in here and can give you some actual levels. This is a 1 hour chart here. Just pull it from here, go like that, and then we'll draw it from there. That'll work, right? So what you see is I expect it to chop and then maybe get a fake breakdown below 430 or touch it, and usually, when you take time to look at this, you will see what's the important level. Well, right here, it's actually 427. Now, we're at 432. If we pop and you have this level in, let's say it's Monday or Tuesday, and you see that it rejects, you can short like 2 days out and you'll pick a level. Like for instance, you have two options. You got the volume shelf here at 428.20. Usually it'll retest a MAC or a moving average cross level, like for instance here 427. So I don't think that we're gonna go lower than that. But again, keep an eye on the MACD, and you'll see here on the 1 hour, every time it's come down here, and we still have some ways to go. Same thing in May, but smaller format. We went up, we had the top, we came all the way down. And remember that day, as soon as I saw this down here, and we took 0 DTs that went over, I saw that, was it 1100%, but they ran over 2000%, and I was crying in the chat, celebrating but being a little salty. And we caught that whole move, and then same thing again, and then in my opinion it was obvious that we were gonna go up, and we caught this whole move, and I mean, it was pretty legendary. So we, again, and this is the 1 hour chart, and just look at this. We can pull back plenty. I mean, we'd have to go all the way down to 412 again for this run to be over, which I don't think that we will, seasonality wise, politically, everything. And then another thing that I will update or try to daily is this, right? And as you can see, once this crosses down, we always pull back, but we pulled back quite a bit on this guy, on the NAMO. So I do, as soon as I see a reversal here, I will be buying the dip, because it's, I have to say it's one of the more reliable things to look at. As far, so same as QQQ has that 360 level here, we have levels that has been bid a lot, which again is a little below 430, which is, we have huge support here in the 427 to 430 level. So if the MACD is down here and you see it reverse on the hourly, you get a buy signal. I mean, the odds favor, and you see the TTM being yellow and wants to go teal. There's a good chance that you will make money on calls. As we know, the VIX still in a downtrend big time on the hourly, even though it's been choppy, but it is making its way down. And I mean, all you gotta do is look on the daily. Sure, it's the new low is 12.17. I posted, maybe you can pull it up in the chat, the VIX levels I posted, but it can go lower. I mean, sure, the 9 is trying to curl a little bit, but imagine when these touch here in a few days and it rejects more, or does one of these little things. But then a very, very interesting thing that I've had on is the 89 MA. And anytime it pops above like that, you can see it gets slapped, and nothing's gonna change on that. Then we got the good old chart here. As you can see, rejection off of the trend line. RSI is cooling off a lot, and if you look here, anytime we've gone under the 30 mark, here we've even bounced off of it. So give it a few more days, and this to cross too. And keep in mind that we can dip below and then reverse. So there's gonna be a reversal fairly soon. I'll know, a day before, possibly. I'll be able to see it on my stuff. It is coming, in my opinion. So, for all of you who thought last week sucked, it did. But the market has to adjust after it, does this. I mean, we chopped for, what was it, 27 days or whatever. Then we had a run. And the more the bulls are going to say that the market's over, online, then we're going to bounce back again. And we're going to at least try this trend line again. Might reject off of it again, but we're going to go up to it again. Something to keep an eye on is KRE. I think it will W. So, 36 puts can work. But then it's gonna run up. But again, you see here the MACD is turning. The TTM is also about to turn red. So KRE is not a bad short. You see here on the daily UPST. I mean, we've played this for I don't know how many 1,000%. Same thing. Definitely needs to breathe. How low is it gonna go? Well, you got two levels here. You got 26 and then you have 24, and they need to bounce. But again, this could chop a little bit for that 89 to come up. Nvidia, same thing. I mean, you have a level here where it closed that's been bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. If it doesn't hold that, it will see 413. Nvidia, that can happen in a day. If it doesn't do that, if that doesn't bounce it, it will go down to the volume. See, look here. The volumes shelf and the 9 and the 21 cross is 490 or 390. That will give a huge technical bounce. So personally, if since I'll be traveling, I'm gonna put this on here. This is gonna be one of my main watches to buy this level for upside. Then you got AI. We've made some good cha-ching on. Totally crap the bed. However, if you look on the 4-hour chart, could this become a head and shoulder? Yeah, absolutely. If it doesn't bounce here, okay, we have some levels down here that should do it. And obviously this had how many red days? 5 red days. So I would think that this level here in the 28s with the 89 MA still coming up should bounce it, give it a good decent bounce. Got the same setup kind of on UPST. As far as oil, obviously someone knew something. Remember on Friday I commented in the chat, I was like, or Thursday, that holy shit, oil's drilling. Which brings me to my favorite, as you know, this guy. And someone was like, something's going on. Okay, that's a few bucks. It's not, still over 5, but it also sold off. Now, LMT has earnings in a few weeks. It's done nothing but chop ever since that run up that we played. Remember? Off of 400 up to 490. I mean, and then we did it here. Okay. So it's chopped. I don't think that it's gonna go down, and this brings me into the weekend's events. Do you guys think that this BS theater in Russia was real? Now, I was around a lot of people who, not to my shock or my surprise, very calculatively followed the news when it happened on Saturday. And, having a little bit of, tinfoil under my hair, or on my hair if I'm wearing a hat, I obviously figured, okay, so if you're paying a mercenary army and they don't turn on you because you supposedly shot one car. Now, I'm not spitting facts, but I know people in that country who are laying super low right now because something more is about to go down. Now, what happened? Well, if you're the man, and I know you know who I speak of, and you think that, maybe that 6.2 billion that the Pentagon didn't account for, the accounting error, somehow is being used off the books to mess with you. You have the West that will not enter this war. What are you gonna do? Maybe you're gonna, I don't know, try to see if the proxy army can, or the army that can be bought could stir some shit up. Well, you don't have to be a genius to see that if a country has a oligarch system, which of the oligarchs flee the country when shit goes down, and then it takes a phone call from a foreign president to get the troops back on your side and everything called off, while you see what the counterpart's hand in the war is when they try an offense, and it's coming, so you see what they got. So you also, and I'm not, obviously the only side I am on is innocent civilians from the war machine, but you do not want nukes in the hands of mercenaries. So glad it was theater. You don't want a situation like we've had in other countries who refused to use the petrodollar because more people die. So this, in my opinion, I mentioned last week, we're looking for a catalyst. This is going to be a huge catalyst. It will impact oil. It will impact LMT. It will impact grains, stocks that we used to put, well, not we, but I used to play during, over a year ago when this shit started, like KR and stuff like that, and MOC and all kinds of stuff. So all the war stocks and related to grains and oil are obviously, and Oxy are back on watch, and you should, let me actually take a look at Oxy. Obviously in a downtrend, 56, coming into a bounce area, as you can see right here. It's done nothing but chop, but this area has been bought 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So soon, again, once you see these curling up, it could be bought. So we are entering a seasonality. Short term it's bearish, but there is a huge bounce coming. I'll be posting, I'll be sending Doug, much love to Doug, I'll be sending him the levels when I get them off my setup, and on travel days next week I'm sure he'll be posting them. What else? Obviously we got Powell next week. We got a lot of data. So I think Powell is on Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday, and I think he was on Thursday. And then we got Jobs, or maybe it was just Wednesday, and we got Bostic too, and probably Bullard. So there's a lot of European data, and there's more Fed speakers coming out. So markets waiting, nothing's changed. Markets adjusting to the rally, seeing by chopping down where is the new floor, and I'm pretty confident it's here. And once I see a failed breakdown from this wedge, or if the wedge just holds and we bounce here on Wednesday, Thursday after Powell, I'll be buying it. And there's a good chance that this is the bear killer rally. And it could print again here, if we go and SPY on the daily, there's a really good chance that we get up to these levels here. I know it sounds crazy, but if I told you that we would hit 445 when we were at 412 or 49, again, some people thought that was crazy. So this can either be the pullback for the handle or of the cup, or the cup is not even complete. Okay, now a few things I want to mention here. Again, I see on my stuff that there is a trend change coming, and since we're going down into it, chances are pretty big that we're gonna be going up. Now it could go on for weeks. Okay, now another thing that I've looked over years and years, and this is not weekly, we're talking, you gotta dig into this stuff and months and go back and go through these years, which I have, is that the low either comes on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday this week. So depending upon where we are on the road, I'll let you guys know when I buy this dip, and I'm gonna go far out. I'm not going too crazy, but I'm gonna catch it, and you guys will see when it occurs, and it should go on for a little bit. It's July is seasonality wise usually, like in a bull market, 8% green. Low could even come on Monday, and all this Russia stuff, it's gonna give uncertainty. But when you get some resolve to it, market like certainty, and oil especially, it's gonna rally off of it, definitely. And over the last 5 years, the bottom's been, for the summer period, has been June 28th. Over the last 10 years, it's been June 27th. Same June 27th if you go back 20 years. And in pre-election years, it's usually June 28th, which would be Tuesday. So if you put the levels together and seasonality and how the world looks, there's a good chance of a bounce here. And also another thing you saw late Friday, even though we're selling off, you saw a lot of calls come in here, right? That doesn't mean, again, all this stuff can sometimes lag, and none of this is tied to price. It's all momentum. But you did see, even though SPY DP sold off sharply, you got kind of a double bottom there. And this is, again, not price, this is momentum of it. You still see QQQ dips being bought here while they're kind of rotating out of SPY. So maybe it's tech that's leading the rally. Very possible. But to me, it looks like there's a rally. And for instance, I had posted about the Tesla bearish engulfing candle, which we got there, boom, and then obviously it sold off. So again, this area here, you see you have you have that sell-off area here, remember, when Tesla just puked for weeks. And that area exactly is, and let's put it in there, it's 237.80. Okay, I'm gonna put an alert there, boom. So once the 21 creeps up there and that price comes down, I'll be buying Tesla if we get there. So right now we gotta wait, we gotta see. We got Bitcoin over 30,500. So personally, obviously I'm traveling, and you can do base hits. I mean, it's very easy, and I'll be on, and if I see something, but I would, suggest that make some memories, keep an eye on this for a few days. The bounce is gonna come, and we're gonna catch it. You can either try to front run it and buy some time, or you can wait for confirmation. I do think it comes. You don't pump a market this much after a consolidation like we had in April, just to sell it off straight away. Like we did this whole thing, rallied like crazy, made a gang load of money. Now we're gonna pull back for a little bit, and chances are we're gonna pop off these 21 on the dailies and go for another rally. So that's my lean right now. That's my thesis. I'll be on here. I might even trade on Tuesday. Wednesday I'm traveling. Thursday I think Wednesday or Thursday I'm back in the States. I don't know, but then obviously I gotta take myself from New York City all the way to Hawaii. But on Friday I'll be on, and I'll have the daily recaps, and we get back on the train, and then we're gonna absolutely kill it all summer. And then when we get our beloved pullback in in September, October, we're gonna catch this bottom, and we are going to make even more life-changing money, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. So watch this video, take notes. I'll always have my Twitter with me. I'll post the levels. I will be on a few days this week, Friday definitely, and if we haven't had lift off yet by Friday, I'm going to be inclined to buy it. Now another thing I wanted to say, into OPEX there was a lot of buyers on the tape that were just not there last week, and it takes some time to adjust. And they were, you obviously could scalp like the 435 zone on Friday hit and all that, but when you're used to just everything going, it could take a few days. But at least we now know, we said last week we'd get the top. That happened, and now we're getting some chop and a little bit of a pullback. But anybody who wants to come in here, I don't even know what the bear thesis is. Obviously Friday didn't help that all the European countries, or most of them, and we're gonna get more this week, that are raising their rates. So that's another thing I forgot to mention. We're gonna get more European countries data, them saying what their CPI is, which is hot, and some more countries might raise rates. So personally, I'm looking to see if Powell on Wednesday sets it off, or if the market waits until after. That would mean that the seasonality low is a little delayed. It might be we go on Monday already. As of right now, let me look here on my other computer. As of right now, for Monday, I have early high. So if we gap down underneath the close, I would say we go down to these levels, definitely. Tuesday early high, Wednesday early high, then Thursday, as of right now, I got early low, which is post Powell number one. Let's pull up the Fed calendar here and see, just to make sure that we get this correct. So ding 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 ding. Okay, yeah, he's also on Thursday. So obviously this is with the ECB. Might be saying some important stuff. This is just some what songs do you know on guitar type of shit. And then Friday early high, but that doesn't, if we rally already, we, even if we consolidate, that'll just mean that we go higher. So hopefully this helps, and just wanted to say I love you guys, and it's gonna be cool to be back home and be able to fully be on the train like you are all used to. And thank you for being on the train, and it's always good to have awesome people. Even though I don't know all of you personally, you're all in my life, and when you're going through hard stuff in your life, I don't know, it just feels great that we all share the train. So I wanted to leave you with that voice of gratitude, and let's get ready and have some fun this summer with this market. I definitely smell, feel, and see that it's ready to rip some more, because it's a shit show, and I can't wait to see what Bill has in store for us. And then after that, we will again pull back to these levels in the fall before we have a blow off top rally. Okay, guys, I know this was a lengthy video. You know, I mean it when I say it. Love yourself, love your family, and God bless all of you.